Hi! Welcome to another cooking video. Today we will be making some chicken wontons. This recipe is so easy, so simple. It has no pork, and I will tell you tips and tricks on how to store them. First things first, the ingredients. First is we need some spring onions. We separate it into two, the stems and the leaves. And we need some wonton wrappers, and in a chopper I've got some garlic cloves, some ginger, and chilies. If you like spice, if you don't like spicy, then you can opt out. Some egg, we're just going to use the egg white, and some prawns, and I will tell you later about all the seasonings. And of course we've got some ground chicken. So I just use a chopper for all the garlic and chili until they're quite fine. And in the chopper I added the prawns, but you don't, when you chop it, does not need to be really fine. So I just did a few pulls, not too much, because I still want to keep the texture of the prawns. They should look a bit something like that. Okay, and then for the stems of the scallions, I made some scallion infused oil. So it's just basically wait until the oil to get hot, and then you drop in the scallion stems. It should smell really fragrant and a bit burnt, and then you'll be done. So now let's get to preparing the filling. So just mix in the prawns and the chopped veggies with the ground chicken. So this is just a pack of ground chicken. I think it's around 500 grams. I added the scallions. And I use a chicken cube. So if you have like a chicken stock powder, you can use that. But I have the cube version, so I just use that. I know there's like some chunks in there, but it will kind of dissolve as you go on and as you massage into it. And make sure you use gloves for this process because it's a bit yucky. And these are the seasonings. But of course you can add in as much or as little, or you can add extra stuff if you want. For the soy sauce, I keep it not too much because I still want the filling to be light colored. And then I just mix them all in. And then after that you add the infused oil and egg white. So I suggest to add the oil while it's piping hot, so you may want to do the oil infusion a bit later in the process. And then mix it all again. Give it a nice massage. And then I've just decided to add a little bit of salt and pepper as well, and MSG. Mix and mix and mix. It's a lot of mixing, but once I'm happy with the seasonings, I'll take a little bit of sample and then I'll pan fry it a little bit to see how it tastes. Once I'm happy, then let's move on to making and folding so it looks like an actual wonton. So I wet the edges of the wonton wrapper, and I put a teaspoon or if you want it bigger, you can put a bit more, but that's how much I've used, and put it in the center of the wonton wrapper. And I fold it into half, make a nice symmetrical triangle, as symmetrical as you can. And then I smoothen out the edges, flatten it out, make sure they're all nicely stuck together, and then I wet the two long edges and along it. And then I push the filling a little bit and tuck it in, and then pinch the edges together. Don't really know how to explain it very well, but I'll show you one more time. So, triangle, smooth the edges, wet the edges and the long bits, and tuck it in and seal it. It may be a bit imperfect. It's okay, you're imperfect too, and the wontons don't have to be perfect, but that's the beauty of the wonton wrappers. You can always manipulate them. I'll show you one more time. It's not that hard. All you do is just do a triangle and just tuck in between in half, and then just clip the edges. This is honestly the longest process of the whole making of the wontons. It took me around 15 minutes to prep the filling, but it took me about an hour to finish all of this. This is my second time actually making it, and I promise you it does get easier as you go. I remember the first time it took me a long time, and then this time it took me significantly less time to finish all the fillings. And look, that's your perfect wonton boat. That's all of it done. All my hard work and sweat and blood and tears. Look how beautiful they look. And then you freeze them. Don't make my mistake, freeze them separately so they don't stick together, and because if you do that, you will end up getting, instead of many cute little wontons, you will end up getting one huge wonton that you will have to take apart one by one. So no one wants that. So that's what I did. So this time, I did it this way. Freeze it first. Once it's frozen, you take it out and then you store it in a container. Yeah, and make it look nice and cute. And yeah, between the layers, I put some paper in between them just to be extra careful. But I'm pretty sure once it's frozen individually, it should be fine. That's it, close it up. And you can store them. Once they're ready to eat, then you can just boil them. Boil them until it floats on the surface like that. That's how you know that it's ready. Doesn't take long, about 1 or 2 minutes. And then just drain them using a strainer, and then you can add your favorite chili oil. You can make a simple soup and add your wontons in as well. You can have it with noodles. Do whatever you want with them. They are so good and so nice to have in the freezer. So you can have them whenever you want. You won't need to buy the frozen ones ever again. That's it really, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and have fun. Bye!